Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Hello and welcome into Lisbon, North Dakota. The Lisbon Broncos playing host to the Oaks Tornadoes. The Oaks Tornadoes come in with a record of 12-4 and 4-2 in Region 3, District 5, with an overall in Region 3 of 5-2 for their record. As for the Broncos, they come in with a record split evenly 8-8, and then also once again split evenly 5-5 in Region 1 action, so a non-region competition here. Kind of before Lisbon gets into a all-region last couple of games. Their next 3 games will be against Windermere, Lidgerwood, Hankinson, and Tri-State, so all Region 1 opponents for them. They currently sit at number 7 in Region 1. If they win all 3 of those games, I believe they could jump all the way up to at least 5 at most. So they're going to sit somewhere around that 5 to, I believe, 8 range is where they'll probably likely sit by the time the end of the season comes around. So, but like I said, sitting at that 7 seed right now, looking to move up, and a good test for them here tonight against the Oaks Tornadoes. Like I said, 12-4, but something that the Oaks Tornadoes do is they score a lot of points, average 73.2 points per game, so quite a bit for a high school team. And really the main reason they score that many points is they have 3 players who average above 15 points per game. They have Garrett Meal, the MSUM Dragon commit. He's going to be a quarterback, not playing basketball, but he averages 8.2 points per game and 7.1 assists per game. So yeah, he brings those quarterback skills to the basketball court, leading his way in assisting for his team. 7.1 assists per game, not too shabby for a high school point guard. And then Steele Hansen averages 19.8 points per game and also goes along with 9.8 rebounds, so a near double-double on average for Steele Hansen. And then Ashton Biesterfeld averages 16.1 points per game, and he's going to be going to Valley City State for both football and track. So a couple of athletes here for Oaks, and those 3 in particular are the main reason why they put up 73 points per game, which is almost 20 more points per game than the Lisbon Broncos. They average 53.9, so just about 54. So 19.3 points per game more for the Oaks Tornadoes. The last game for the Tornadoes was a win over Maple Valley. They won that game 67-30. Lisbon played Maple Valley, their Region 1 opponent, earlier in the season. They also beat Maple Valley. We were at that game. 52-37 was the score of that one. So just kind of how a little bit of indicator of what the matchup may be. So kind of a similar difference in scores. Once again, Oaks scoring more points, 67 compared to 52 against their opponent. So like I said earlier, points will be a big factor in this, as it is in every game, I suppose. But the more points that Oaks averages is going to really test the Bronco defense, as, like I said, only 53.9 points per game. Obviously, they allow far less points per game than what they score on average. But some numbers for you here. 38% field goal percentage for the Broncos, 23% from the three-point line, something that has been their Achilles heel, really. They like to shoot the threes, especially Parker Runk, but not something they've been terribly successful with, at only shooting 23%, and then also 54% from the free throw line as well. Something else that they struggle with a little bit, but as of late have improved a little bit on late in the season here. And the last game for the Broncos was also a win for them over Napoleon Gackle Streeter with a score of 54-39. So we'll step aside here and come back with a little more pregame show. You're watching yourliveevent.com.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 43,000 participants here in North Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Since Nodak Insurance Company started, we've gone from paying by mail to paying online. Your proof of insurance is found in an app. And as farming technologies advance, our coverage protects. The way we live and work has changed, but our service and commitment remains. We're evolving to meet your insurance needs with answers where and when you need them most. Nodak Insurance Company.
Your Nodak Insurance rep in Lisbon is Lee Falk.
The unknown consumes so much of our lives. That's why Concordia College in Moorhead, Minnesota is committed to providing clarity. We recognize that comparing colleges, especially the price, can be confusing. Concordia has always been a place where students of all economic backgrounds find success. And for next fall, we are reducing tuition by more than $15,000 so that any student who can imagine themselves at Concordia can be a Cobber. Now's the time to take a look at Concordia College, Moorhead, Minnesota. ConcordiaNow.com.
Wallach Johnson Insurance has a team of experienced professionals who are highly knowledgeable and ready to answer your questions about finding the best insurance coverage for you. As an independent insurance agency, they have access to many highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Get your free quote started today with Wallach Johnson Insurance at nd-insurer.com. Call or text 888-683-5253 or stop by one of their offices in Lisbon, Rutland, and Gwinner. Wallach Johnson Insurance, insuring the area since 1981.
Welcome back into Lisbon, North Dakota. I'm Jacob Tenson, Kiara Timmerman running camera for me here tonight. And it should be a good matchup here between the Lisbon Broncos and the Oaks Tornadoes. Like I said, Oaks averages 73 points per game, so points may be coming in bunches, especially from their star scorers, Garrett Meal, Steele Hansen, and Ashton Biesterfeld. As I said, Garrett Meal will be going to my alma mater, the MSUM Dragons. He'll be playing quarterback for them. Not sure what the plan is for him exactly, if he's going to be redshirting or maybe he'll be getting action right away. But nonetheless, exciting for him next year to be playing quarterback. And like I said, averages 7.1 assists per game, so he is their point guard and does it well, averaging those 7 assists per games. And I watched last year. I didn't see the Oaks Tornadoes play football last year, but I see it, or this year I should say. I saw them play last year, and both Biesterfeld and Garrett Meal, they looked nearly unstoppable on that football field. They had a great connection on the football field, and I'm sure it's been translating here on the basketball court as well. So something to look for is a combination between those two, and along with Steele Hansen, who also averages nearly 20 points per game and nearly 10 rebounds per game. So a big factor as well in Steele Hansen. Caleb Olson, the player to look for on the Lisbon side, number 40. He averages 17.5 points per game, and really as he goes, they go, along with Parker Runk as well, averages 14.1 points per game. He's their best three-point shooter, and he looks for it early and often. So Caleb Olson and Parker Runk, two players to watch out for. We'll step aside here as the national anthem is about to be played. You're watching YourLiveEvent.com.
I'm starting off on some smaller projects to get me worked up to some of the bigger things built around here.
The atmosphere in the shop is very, very team-based, which is great.
It's really cool to see the beginning and end product.
So it's very satisfying to build something that you know people are really going to appreciate.
Welcome to the Lisbon Clinic of Mobility Plus Rehab, where your mobility is our top priority.
We can provide occupational therapy here locally in your hometown and help you recover from a work injury or a neurological deficit.
Here at Mobility Plus, we customize every evaluation, treatment, and goals for each individual. Every goal is different, whether in sports, walking, or returning to work.
At Mobility Plus Rehab, we are a part of the community. The people in the community are the people that we serve.
Riverside Building Center in Lisbon, North Dakota is Southeastern North Dakota's premier building supply headquarters. They have it all from the basic home improvements to complete pre-built homes. Their staff is knowledgeable in every product they sell and have over 110 combined years of experience. With their large inventory to sell from and a fleet of 6 delivery vehicles, Riverside Building Center in Lisbon can bring the products to your job site. From a hammer all the way to a home, they have you covered. Visit rbclisbon.com today. Riverside Building Center in Lisbon.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 43,000 participants here in North Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Welcome back into Lisbon, North Dakota. We'll run through some starting lineups here for you. First, for the visiting Oaks Tornadoes, starting at a guard, a 6-foot senior, number 5, Garrett Meal. Starting at another guard, a 6'2 senior, number 11, Dalton Schmidt. And then starting at a forward, a 5'10 sophomore, number 21, Joseph Heim. And starting at another forward, a 6-foot senior, number 31, Steele Hansen. And then starting at center, rounding up the middle, a 6'4 senior, number 55, Ashton Biesterfeld. And then for the Broncos now, starting at a guard, a 6'1 junior, number 2, Ronnie Olson. Starting at another guard, a 5'10 junior, number 10, Caden Sweet. And then starting at another guard, a 6'4 senior, number 22, Parker Runk. Starting at a forward, a 6'3 senior, number 32, Robert Adam. And then rounding up the lineup at center, a 6'4 junior, number 40, Caleb Olson. And another thing to note, a key player for the Lisbon Broncos, once again, will be out. Jaden Bittner, averages 4.5 points per game off the bench. He is out. He got some bad news the other day on an MRI. Found out that he has 3 cracks in his foot, so not sure on the timeline for him, but he will be out at least for a couple more games as he's still recovering from that foot injury. Found out it was a little bit worse than they had initially thought. So once again, he's still in a boot and he's sitting in his street clothes here tonight, so will not see the court once again, will Jaden Bittner. And a big matchup to watch will be the 2 big men, Ashton Biesterfeld and Caleb Olson. Average 16.1 points per game does Biesterfeld, and 17.5 does Caleb Olson. The Broncos winning the tip here on this one, as Caden Sweet will bring it up for the Broncos. So Olson now top of the key, and Ronnie Olson now on the wing looking into Adam. Doesn't get it to him. Parker Runk likes that mid-range right at the free throw line stripe shot, but doesn't shoot that one. Guarded tightly there by Schmidt. Sweet mid-range, he'll take that shot. Airballs it, but rebounded by Runk, but couldn't get a handle on it. Thought he might have stepped out of bounds and just kind of threw it out of bounds. So ball will belong to the Tornadoes. So Garrett Meal will bring it up. A little bit of light pressure here on the full court from Caden Sweet. Garrett Meal gets through easily. That's Heim with it in the corner. Steele Hansen now looking. Thinks about shooting mid-range. Now back to Meal. Into Hansen. Looking to go up. Goes up over the defender. No good on the shot. Rebounded by Rodney Olson. Some good defense being played there by Caleb Olson to force the air ball from Steele Hansen. Near steal there from Hansen, but Rodney Olson tracks it down. Parker Runk now on the wing. Robert Adam left wide open at the three-point line. He shoots, hits back rim, and gets it to go. Robert Adams starts the scoring with a three-point shot. Something, like I said in the pregame, that's something they struggle with, but 1-for-1 to start the night here for the Broncos. So Heim now with it. Into Meal, looking into Biesterfeld, nothing there. Hansen mishandles it, but gets it back. Tries to get it over. Gets it to his teammate. Three-point shot, no good. That one from Schmidt. As Runk gets the rebound, he'll bring it up slowly for the Broncos. The Broncos hitting that 1 3-pointer was Robert Adam, was left open again. He shoots once again. Almost got that one to go as well. Didn't get the friendly roll that time. Steele Hansen almost lost it out of bounds with nobody there. But he ended up recovering it. Left open at the three-point line himself. doesn't shoot. Meal now with it, looking to drive, gets it into Hansen. A nice floater pass. Hansen hits the bottom of the backboard, and then the ball is going to find its way out of bounds. Will stay with the Tornadoes. So up and down action here. Only 3 points to show for it so far. Those 3 points belong to the Broncos. Now Hansen left open at the three-point line. He'll shoot. Leaves that one short, but Hansen gets the rebound, goes in. Dishes to Biesterfeld, but Biesterfeld wasn't quite ready for it as Sweet comes away with a steal after tracking it down in the corner. Like Biesterfeld was getting ready to cut or get ready to get the rebound, but Hansen tried getting it to him on the mid-range opportunity. Rodney Olson, a three-point shot. That one's no good, so 3 3-pointers being shot, only 1 being made for the Broncos so far. A nice pass over to Steele Hansen for an easy layup. A great pass there from Joseph Heim. Caught it midair and passed it all in the same motion. Resulted in their first 2 points of the ball game. And then a trap at a bad spot there by Sweet. His foot was on the line. It could have maybe been an over and back call, but nothing called. A deep three-pointer there from Runk. That one's no good. So that's another three-pointer miss. Good hustle from Robert Adam, but Biesterfeld comes away with it. And now looking to push in transition is Hansen. Loses it a little bit, and then that'll be Olsen tipping it away out of bounds. But it'll stay with the Tornadoes. So 4 3-pointers being shot already by the Broncos, and only 1 going in for them so far. A 3-point shot from Meal. Hits back rim, no good. Rebound eventually corralled in by Caleb Olsen there. Hansen had a hand on it, but couldn't come away with it. So low scoring here, not in the favor of the Oaks Tornadoes, average 73 points per game. Only at 2 so far, almost reaching the midway point of the first quarter. So this game right now, if it continues going the way it is. Oh, a great pass there by Olsen off the tip. Gets it in to Robert Adam for a sick little dish. So they increase the lead to 5, and then miscommunication there between teammates. This ball will go to the Broncos. Robert Adam with all 5 points so far here for the Broncos. Hit a three-pointer and then got a nice pass, entry pass in from Caleb Olsen for an easy 2 points. As the ball once again will find its way out of bounds. This time the Broncos turning it over. It'll belong to the Oaks Tornadoes. So Tornadoes looking to get back in the scorers column. They've kind of not really looked like a team that averages 73 points per game. Haven't really got a lot of good looks, and there's another turnover. Biesterfeld beside himself thinking that it was definitely tipped off a Bronco, but they call it out on him as we get a timeout here. I believe that was Coach Kim Mark of the Broncos taking the timeout. We'll step aside here. You're watching YourLiveEvent.com.
Since Nodak Insurance Company started, we've gone from paying by mail to paying online. Your proof of insurance is found in an app. And as farming technologies advance, our coverage protects. The way we live and work has changed, but our service and commitment remains. We're evolving to meet your insurance needs with answers where and when you need them most. Nodak Insurance Company.
Your Nodak Insurance rep in Lisbon is Lee Falk.
Welcome back into Lisbon, North Dakota. So as I said in the pregame, 73 points per game for the Oaks Tornadoes, and just under the halfway point of the first quarter. They're only sitting at 2, whereas the Broncos, this is kind of favors them. They only average 53.9 points per game. They're only sitting at 5. Make that 7 there as Robert Adam continues his hot streak here in the first quarter, up to 7 points. All 7 of the points for the Broncos belonging to Robert Adam. So he's beating the Oaks by themselves. A great spin move there from Dalton Schmidt in the 2 points down to go. Just left wide open after that great spin move, and an easy layup attempt for him afterwards. Rodney Olsen thought he was going to shoot that, but gets it to Caleb Olson. Then a nice move there from Robert Adam. He's up to 9 now. All 9 points belong to Robert Adam for the Broncos. Steele Hansen gets it to Schmidt. Now Meal. He'll set, almost shot a 3. Thought he was going to shoot it. He fooled me there. Now he shoots a 3. That one no good as well. Caleb Olson, nice box out there on Biesterfeld to get the rebound. Now Rodney Olson to Robert Adam. Back to Rodney Olson. Now Runk with it. Sweet now on the wing. Good ball movement here from the Broncos. Robert Adam with it once again. Gets that one to go as well. Robert Adam, all 11 points. He can't miss right now. Only had that one other missed three-pointer. 1 for 2 from the three-point line. But other than that, I think he's made every single shot he's taken. So starting off hot is Robert Adam. All 11 points here for the Broncos so far. Then tipped away by Caleb Olson, but Steele Hansen tracks it down and then got a little aggressive there, did Caleb Olson, and he'll get a foul there on Steele Hansen. So that is the first foul of the game for Caleb Olson. Checking into the ball game for the Oaks Tornadoes is number 15, David Schmitz. As he gets the ball now, guarded by Olson. Now Meal looking to drive, gets it to Schmidt. Now Biesterfeld in the middle. He goes up, and that's a powerful move there from Biesterfeld for his first 2 points of the ball game. He's a big boy to move in there, 6'4". I believe he was a tight end on the football field. Great hands on there. 3-point shot, no good from Parker Runk. As now Schmitz will bring it up. Meal driving, gets it to Hansen. He'll shoot a 3-pointer. The line drive barely hits the front of the rim, and rebounded by Rodney Olson. So the Broncos really kind of dominating this game so far. Really just Robert Adam dominating. All 11 points, but a couple of great passes to lead to his couple of points. Parker Runk and Caleb Olson off. Just not on the same page right there as number 51. Ethan German will check into the ball game for the Oaks Tornadoes. So Garrett Meal, a little bit of pressure from Sweet, gets by him, goes up for the layup. That's no good. Went to the ground, maybe thought he got a little bit of contact, but nothing called there from the refs. Rodney Olson now in transition, gets by the defender. Shot just a little short, tipped out, and German gets the rebound. Now Schmitz with it, gets it to German. And now Schmidt will shoot a deep 3-pointer. That's good! Dalton Schmidt up to 5 points now. Only averages 7 points per game, not the feature scorer like Meal, Hansen, or Biesterfeld, but somebody has to step up when they're only at 9 points here in the first quarter. And Schmidt doing the job so far. 5 points for him. Robert Adam going up. That's his first miss in a while, but then nice hustle play there from Rodney Olson. Parker Runk, that's a charge. Great job by Garrett Meal to step in for the charge. And Parker Runk just coming in a little wild there. Garrett Meal feeling that one a little bit. But he gets a possession for them and gives them a chance to possibly tie up or even take the lead. Checking in for the Broncos is number 24, Wyatt Webb. Probably giving a quick breather to Caleb Olson as we reach, as we're only a second difference between the shot and game clock here. So probably just take this defensive possession off and we'll be right back in, begin the second quarter. Into German, then stolen away by Webb. So way to make an impact right away there, Wyatt. Getting in the ball game and getting a steal for his Broncos. So 14 seconds, shot clock is turned off. Rodney Olson thought about a 3. Gets it to Parker Runk. That's his shot right there. Hits back rim though, no good. Garrett Meal, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Has to get a shot up, gets it to Schmitz. 3-pointer, misses everything. So that'll be your score, 11-9. The Broncos leading this one on your Mobility Plus Rehabilitation Scoreboard. You're watching YourLiveEvent.com.
So much of our lives. That's why Concordia College in Moorhead, Minnesota is committed to providing clarity. We recognize that comparing colleges, especially the price, can be confusing. Concordia has always been a place where students of all economic backgrounds find success. And for next fall, we are reducing tuition by more than $15,000 so that any student who can imagine themselves at Concordia can be a Cobber. Now's the time to take a look at Concordia College, Moorhead, Minnesota. ConcordiaNow.com.
Wallach Johnson Insurance has a team of experienced professionals who are highly knowledgeable and ready to answer your questions about finding the best insurance coverage for you. As an independent insurance agency, they have access to many highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Get your free quote started today with Wallach Johnson Insurance at nd-insurer.com. Call or text 888-683-5253 or stop by one of their offices in Lisbon, Rutland, and Gwinner. Wallach Johnson Insurance, insuring the area since 1981.
Welcome back into Lisbon, North Dakota. Robert Adam having himself a heck of a first quarter. Averages 11.6 points per game on the season. Already has 11 points here, all 11 points for the Broncos. He was the offense there in that first quarter. Garrett Meal going up, and that's a great move there by Garrett Meal for his first 2 points of the ball game. So tied up now at 11. For the first time since 0-0, we are tied. Now Caleb Olson, he'll shoot a three-pointer. That one hits back rim, no good. Nice rebound there from Garrett Meal. Is now Schmidt, looks to drive in transition. A three-point shot, line drive, no good from Heim. And then trying to get in transition right away there. Caleb Olson with it. Backs down, gets it to Robert Adam, now to Sweet. Now Runk with it. Olson was wide open at the three-point line. Rodney Olson, that is. And then a nice move, but a big block there from Biesterfeld. Nice move by Adam, but a better read on it there by Biesterfeld to get the block. So still tied at 11. Looking into Biesterfeld, seeing nothing though. Hansen left wide open at the three-point line, but he's not going to shoot that. He's missed 2 so far in the ball game. So now Schmidt with it. Meal, and then miscommunication. Hansen wasn't ready for it. Maybe a little too strong of a pass from their distance apart there. So not quite enough reaction time there for Hansen as the ball goes out of bounds to the Broncos. So Broncos looking to take back the lead here. Once again, got that three-point shot, the first 3 points, and we're up until now tied back again at 11 apiece. Gets the shot and one, does Parker Runk. Mid-range shot got slapped on the arm. I believe that was Schmidt. It was. So trying to play some tight defense, but got a little too close as the first Bronco not named Robert Adam gets into the scores column. Parker Runk with the 2 and a possible and 1 opportunity here. That free throw good for him as well. So Parker Runk, the first Bronco, as I said, to get into the scores column other than Robert Adam after that dominant first quarter from him. And then we're going to get it. I'm not even sure what that call was. Might have been a 5-second call, but nonetheless, it'll be Broncos ball now. So Caden Sweet bringing it up. Gets it to Caleb Olson. Now Sweet with it. Parker Runk, top of the key. He'll shoot for the three-point line. That's good. Parker Runk warming up. So first quarter belonged to Robert Adam. Maybe this quarter is for Parker Runk. Nice move to get it in, split in between 2 defenders by Garrett Meal. He's up to 4 points now. All 4 of his points coming here in the second quarter. So it's Meal versus Parker Runk so far in quarter number 2. 6 points for Runk and 4 for Garrett Meal. Ronnie Olsen's shot no good as Tornadoes look to push in transition. So Hansen with it, gets it to Meal, looking in, trying to get to Biesterfeld. Nothing there. Hansen will shoot another three-pointer. That line drive good for Steele Hansen, his 5th point of the ball game. So the Oaks Tornadoes warming up a little bit after that slow first quarter. As Robert Adam gets it on the top of the wing. Parker Runk looking in, gets it to Caleb Olson now. He faces up, spins, nice move, and gets it to go. His first 2 points of the ball game. Caleb Olson averages 17.5, gets his first 2 midway through quarter number 2. So Meal getting a screen from Hansen, tries to get it to Hansen, but stripped away by Olson. A nice play. As we're going to get a timeout from Coach Kim Mark. We'll step aside here, 19-6. The Lisbon Broncos leading this one on your Mobility Plus Rehabilitation Scoreboard. You're watching YourLiveEvent.com.
I'm starting off on some smaller projects to get me worked up to some of the bigger things built around here.
The atmosphere in the shop is very, very team-based, which is great.
It's really cool to see the beginning and end product.
So it's very satisfying to build something that you know people are really going to appreciate.
Welcome to the Lisbon Clinic of Mobility Plus Rehab, where your mobility is our top priority.
We can provide occupational therapy here locally in your hometown and help you recover from a work injury or a neurological deficit.
Here at Mobility Plus, we customize every evaluation, treatment, and goals for each individual. Every goal is different, whether in sports, walking, or returning to work.
At Mobility Plus Rehab, we are a part of the community. The people in the community are the people that we serve.
Welcome back into Lisbon, North Dakota. Both teams waking up a little bit here after that slow first quarter. I mean, Robert Adam was awake from the tip, having all 11 points in that first quarter for the Broncos. But Oaks, like I've said a couple times here, averaged 73 points per game. And they're trying to get back on pace to that. Three-point shot, no good from Runk. As Garrett Meal skies high for the rebound. And then poked away, good hustle from Rodney Olson, but Meal gets it back. Looking to go in, loses his footing as Robert Adam comes away with the steal there. Robert Adam just stood his ground, and Garrett Meal just kind of fell over and lost the ball and went into the hands of Robert Adam. Adam steps into the three-point shot, and that's good. Robert Adams picking up where he left off, up to 14 points now in the ballgame. His second three-pointer of the game. Trying to answer there was Heim, but left short. Might have hit front rim there, but the line drive shot no good for him. As Sweet now with it, guarded by Heim. Adam thinking about another three-pointer. Rodney Olson now, he'll shoot a three-pointer. That one rims in and back in for Olson, his first 3 points of the ball game. So three-pointers are going down in bunches for the Broncos, and a nice layup there from Hansen for his 7th point of the ball game. But they only shoot 23% from the three-point line, but they're not showing that at all so far in this game. They've already hit a couple three-pointers so far. Another three-point shot from Runk, no good though. 4 three-pointers for the Broncos so far in this one. Biesterfeld tracks that one down. Now Schmidt, a three-point shot, no good. Hits front rim, rebounded by Runk. As they'll go the other way. 25-18 on your Mobility Plus rehabilitation scoreboard. Broncos leading this one. 8-8 Broncos giving all they have against the 12-4 Oaks Tornadoes. That shot no good from Parker Runk. Now Biesterfeld in transition. Reverse layup, leaves it a little too short though. Robert Adam comes down with the rebound. So the game that is being played right now, really a slow game for the most part, really favors these Broncos as they like to set it up in their half-court offense. A three-point shot there from Olson, gets that one to go. They keep falling, do those three-pointers. That's number 5 for the Broncos. The 5th point also for Caleb Olson in this one. Schmidt tries to answer with a three-point shot and does. His second three-pointer of the night. He's up to 8. Sweet now will bring it up. So trading three-point shots so far, or on those 2 possessions anyways. Brings that lead back down to 7 once again for the Broncos. Just under 2 minutes here to go in quarter number 2. Nice pass, nice cut, and then it draws the contact, does Caleb Olson. A nice entry pass there from Parker Runk as Olson will go to line 4-2. That foul going against Biesterfeld. That'll be his first. Not a lot of fouls in this one, just 2 apiece for each team. This is the first, it'll be the second and third free throw shots of the ball game for the Broncos. That first one almost drops, but doesn't for Olson. They made their Parker Runk shot the only other free throw after his and one opportunity. He made that one, so 1 of 2 so far on the game for the Broncos. Olson shoots 54% from the free throw line, as that second free throw is also no good. Steele Hansen skies for that rebound, as he'll bring it up now for the Tornadoes. Tries to get it in, and then a nice little tip from Gebhardt. As a nice move by Hansen, goes up strong and gets that layup to go. So Steele Hansen up to 7 points just in the quarter, 9 points in the game. Took him a little bit to get going here in this one, but now he's starting to warm up to this one. get points on the board for his Tornadoes. Nice pass into Olsen, goes up, and one! Great move, great pass, and an and one the result there for Caleb Olsen. So he is now up to 7 points in the game. Is Caleb Olsen. Went 0 for 2 on his first trip to the line, but looking to change his luck here on this one. This free throw up. That one's also no good, so 0 of 3 for Olsen from the line, but a nice bucket there to increase the lead. Foul. I don't know if that's on the floor or it will be a shooting foul. So Neal will go to the line for 2. That foul going against Sweet. That'll be his first of the ball game. So first free throws being shot so far for the Tornadoes. These ones will come from Garrett Meal. That first free throw good for his 5th point. He shoots 66.7% from the free throw line. Spencer Kelson, a quick little stint there as Robert Adam checks back in for him. Second free throw rattles in for Meal, so he's up to 6 now in the ball game. So trims it back to a 5-point lead for the Broncos. Approaching a minute left here before we head into halftime. Ronnie Olsen gets it to Parker Runk. Nice pump fake, goes up again. Rims in for Parker Runk. He's having himself a good second quarter. He's up to 8 now here in the quarter and in the ball game. Deep 2 from Biesterfeld, no good. Then a nice rebound there from Runk. Caleb Olsen wide open the other end, but Runk didn't see him. But Caden Sweet will bring it up. About a 7-second difference between shot and game clock. As Ronnie Olsen has it now, gets to Runk, top of the key. Dribbles to the right. Now Sweet with it. Ronnie Olsen thinks about a 3, doesn't shoot. Drives, goes up, gets that to go. A nice shot there from Ronnie Olsen through a couple defenders. Yep, he's up to 5 points in the ball game. Shot clock off. 12 seconds left. Gets it into Biesterfeld. Sees a couple of defenders, gets it stripped from him. Broncos got to go, 5 seconds. Olsen with it, shoots mid-range. That one no good. Hansen with it, chucks it down. That one's off the mark. So 34-25. The Lisbon Broncos leading this one on Mobility Plus Rehabilitation Scoreboard. As we head into halftime, you're watching YourLiveEvent.com.
Riverside Building Center in Lisbon, North Dakota is Southeastern North Dakota's premier building supply headquarters. They have it all from the basic home improvements to complete pre-built homes. Their staff is knowledgeable in every product they sell and have over 110 combined years of experience. With their large inventory to sell from and a fleet of 6 delivery vehicles, Riverside Building Center in Lisbon can bring the products to your job site. From a hammer all the way to a home, they have you covered. Visit rbclisbon.com today. Riverside Building Center in Lisbon.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 43,000 participants here in North Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Since Nodak Insurance Company started, we've gone from paying by mail to paying online. Your proof of insurance is found in an app. And as farming technologies advance, our coverage protects. The way we live and work has changed, but our service and commitment remains. We're evolving to meet your insurance needs with answers where and when you need them most. Nodak Insurance Company.
Your Nodak Insurance rep in Lisbon is Lee Falk.
The unknown consumes so much of our lives. That's why Concordia College in Moorhead, Minnesota is committed to providing clarity. We recognize that comparing colleges, especially the price, can be confusing. Concordia has always been a place where students of all economic backgrounds find success. And for next fall, we are reducing tuition by more than $15,000 so that any student who can imagine themselves at Concordia can be a Cobber. Now's the time to take a look at Concordia College, Moorhead, Minnesota. ConcordiaNow.com.
Welcome back into Lisbon, North Dakota, the CC's Suds and Spirits halftime show. Thank you for sponsoring us, CC Suds and Spirits. We'll run through some numbers first, and I'll recap it afterwards. So Robert Adam, that great first quarter, had 11 in quarter number one. Just had the three-pointer to bring his total up to 14 there in the first half. And then followed by Parker Runk with 8 points, Caleb Olson with 7. And then Rodney Olson rounding up the scoring with 5. 1 of 4 from the free throw line. Caleb Olson was 0 for 3. Parker Runk was 1 for 1 from the free throw line. And 5 3-pointers for the Broncos at the half, which is not a number they reach very often, sometimes even ball games. As I said, only 23% from the three-point line, but something they have been looking for early and often and getting good results out of it so far here in this one. As for the Oaks Tornadoes, leading the way in scoring is Steele Hansen. He's at 9 points, had 7 of those 9 in quarter number 2. He's followed by Dalton Schmidt with 8. He's over his scoring average on the season. He only averages 7.4. He's up to 8 with 2 3-pointers on the ball game so far. And then Garrett Meal with 6. And then rounding up the scoring, Ashton Biesterfeld has 2. Garrett Meal went 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Those are only 2 free throws shot for the Oaks Tornadoes. And then 3 3-pointers, 2 being made, as I said, by Schmidt, the other one coming from Steele Hansen. And it looks like 3-point shots is something that both teams have been looking for. Just the Broncos have had a slight more success. There are 5 3-pointers compared to the 3 3-pointers for the Oaks Tornadoes. And really, those 2 different quarters being played there. The first half was very defensive and just not a lot of offense really coming from there. Only 11-9 was the score after 1, and all 11 points came from Robert Adam for the Broncos. And so just really slow-paced, a lot of turnovers, a lot of steals. Just not a lot of points coming out of those turnovers or steals for either team. As I said, the score was only 11-9 after that first quarter. But in that second quarter, the scoring really picked up. Both teams kind of woke up, and the Broncos ended up outscoring the Oaks Tornadoes once again, this time with a score of 23-16. So they lead at the half by 9, 34-25. A good little push at the end of that quarter. It was pretty close throughout. The Tornadoes didn't want to get them, give that lead away. It was up to 10 at one point. They trimmed it back down to, I believe, 5. And now it is back up once again to 9 for the Broncos. And Robert Adam, as I said, has been the story so far in that first quarter. Had 11, and then also had another 3-pointer. On that first 3-pointer he shot, I believe Biesterfeld was the one guarding him. He was sitting in the middle of the paint. Just let him shoot that one, and he just said, all right, I'm going to make this one, and the lefty went ahead and made it. And kind of similar defenses have been played against Steele Hansen. He ended up hitting a 3-pointer, but he shot 2 other 3-point attempts before that, and he was left basically by himself and left those short. And I know Joseph Heim also shot a couple 3-pointers and missed those as well and hasn't been tightly guarded. I don't think that was necessarily part of the game plan, but just how it happened. But he hadn't been able to capitalize on those open 3-point shots either. So we'll step aside here. We'll get you back to second half action here once we come back. The score at the half, 34-25. The Lisbon Broncos leading this one on your Mobility Plus Rehabilitation Scoreboard. You're watching YourLiveEvent.com.
Wallach Johnson Insurance has a team of experienced professionals who are highly knowledgeable and ready to answer your questions about finding the best insurance coverage for you. As an independent insurance agency, they have access to many highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Get your free quote started today with Wallach Johnson Insurance at nd-insurer.com. Call or text 888-683-5253 or stop by one of their offices in Lisbon, Rutland, and Gwinner. Wallach Johnson Insurance, insuring the area since 1981.
starting off on some smaller projects to get me worked up to some of the bigger things built around here.
The atmosphere in the shop is very, very team-based, which is great.
It's really cool to see the beginning and end product.
So it's very satisfying to build something that you know people are really going to appreciate.
Welcome to the Lisbon Clinic of Mobility Plus Rehab, where your mobility is our top priority.
We can provide occupational therapy here locally in your hometown and help you recover from a work injury or a neurological deficit.
Here at Mobility Plus, we customize every evaluation, treatment, and goals for each individual. Every goal is different, whether in sports, walking, or returning to work.
At Mobility Plus Rehab, we are a part of the community. The people in the community are the people that we serve.
Riverside Building Center in Lisbon, North Dakota is Southeastern North Dakota's premier building supply headquarters. They have it all from the basic home improvements to complete pre-built homes. Their staff is knowledgeable in every product they sell and have over 110 combined years of experience. With their large inventory to sell from and a fleet of 6 delivery vehicles, Riverside Building Center in Lisbon can bring the products to your job site. From a hammer all the way to a home, they have you covered. Visit rbclisbon.com today. Riverside Building Center in Lisbon.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 43,000 participants here in North Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Welcome back into Lisbon, North Dakota. Second half action about to be underway. And really a quick first half as we only had 2 fouls for each team. One from Caden Sweet, one from Caleb Olson, one from Dalton Schmidt, and one from Ashton Biesterfeld. So like I said, a rather quick first half as the fouls weren't a lot and turnovers mostly kept in bounds. Not a lot of balls finding their way out of bounds, so the clock just kept on running, and so we might be out of here rather quick actually. So second half action will be starting here in just a little bit. And once again, thank you to CC Suds and Spirit for sponsoring our halftime show. The Broncos really looked dominant from the beginning. I mean, it was a slow first quarter, but Robert Adam having that electric first quarter, 11 points, all 11 points in the quarter for the Broncos belong to Robert Adam, as he only had 3 more points in that second quarter. He's up to 14, leading all scorers in the ballgame so far. So Rodney Olson now looking in. Caleb Olson thinks about a 3-pointer, drives instead. Nice pass to Robert Adam. High off the glass, no good though. Tipped out, but Steele Hansen will track that one down. Asher Biesfeld on the transition goes up, and he's fouled, so he'll go to line for 2. That foul going against Robert Adams. So as I say, we didn't have a lot of fouls. We get one in the first 31 seconds of the second half. Asher Biesterfeld will go to line for his first 2 shots of the ball game. Biesterfeld's first free throw is good. He shoots 60.3% from the free throw line. So not too shabby for a big man here. Second free throw up, and that one almost rolled its way in, but no good. So 1 of 2 from the line for Biesterfeld. He's up to 3 points now in the ball game. Robert Adam, he'll shoot another 3. That one high and goes in, hit the back of the rim and found its way in. Still his third 3-pointer of the ball game. He's up to 17 here in this one. So he continues his hot streak, his third 3-pointer of the ball game, 1 in each quarter so far. As Steele Hansen skies above a couple people to get 2 points down to go. He's the first Tornado to get up to double-digit points, as he's up now to 11. Sweet now looking for Rodney Olson, gets it to him, screen from Caleb Olson. Parker Rung thinks about a 3, gets it back to Rodney Olson. Robert Adam looking into Caleb Olson. A nice pass. They're going to call that on the ground on Garrett Meal off the entry pass. That'll be his first of the ball game. So still sitting at a 9-point lead. Both teams scoring 3 points here so far in this quarter. 3-pointer from Robert Adam, and then a free throw and a 2-point shot from Steele Hansen and Ashton Biesterfield. That 3-pointer no good, but Robert Adam gets that rebound. Parker Runk will shoot a 3-point shot. That one's left short and then tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with the Broncos, so a fresh 35 on the shot clock for the Broncos. So Parker Runk will inbound for Lisbon. He gets it into Caden Sweet now. Caleb Olsen in the corner, gets his Runk, nice pass, goes up, no good, gets his rebound though, gets that one to go. So Parker Runk up to double digits, he's at 10 points. Second Bronco joining Robert Adam in the double-digit club. 3-point shot no good from the Tornadoes and rebounded by Rodney Olsen as Sweet sees some pressure, tipped away by Meal, a nice steal, or near steal. And then a foul. Going to go against Caden Sweet, so we'll go to the Tornadoes. That's Sweet's second foul of the game, the only player in the game with more than one foul so far. Pass to Meal, he gets it into Biesterfeld off a nice pass. He goes up strong and gets that one to go. Biesterfeld, 3 points so far here in the corner, or in the quarter rather. He's up to 5 now in the ball game. Sweet with it, gets it to Olsen. Now back to Sweet. Then he loses the handle and stolen away there by Heim. And then way to get back on defense by Rodney Olsen, but ends up following him as he goes in for the steal. That is his first of the ball game. So an even quarter so far. Still the league sitting at 9 for the Broncos. 5:35 on the clock. Steele Hansen left open. Little floater shot off the glass is good for Steele Hansen. He's up now to 13 points here in this one. Nice little game coming from Steele Hansen. He averages 19.8 points per game, up to 13. We get a push call here. That one going against Biesterfeld. I believe Biesterfeld and Olsen were bumping into each other a little bit. And Biesterfeld ends up getting the foul, his second of the ball game. Parker Runk gets it into Caleb Olsen. Back to Runk, a deep 3-point shot. Almost gets that one to go off to the left side. And then a little touchy foul there by Rodney Olsen, his second foul. So I said only 4 fouls in that first half, and now we've gotten a plethora of fouls here in this one. Or in this quarter, I should say. Steele Hansen thinks about a 3, but gets it to Garrett Meal instead. He looks to drive, goes up mid-range, left a little too short. Caden Sweet comes down with the rebound. He sees a double team, but dribbles his way out of it. And a trap waiting for him once he crosses half court, so he wisely dribbles out of it. A nice skip pass over to Rodney Olsen. He looks to drive, goes up, blocked from behind by Biesterfeld, but Olsen's there to clean it up for 2 points. Olsen's up to 9 points now in the ball game. Had set all 7 of his points coming in that second quarter. Steele Hansen with a 3-point shot. He misses everything. That ball's going to go out of bounds. It'll belong to the Broncos. So still a 9-point lead. It hasn't grown, or if it has grown, it goes right back to 9. We go back and forth here in this third quarter. Rodney Olsen gets it to Caleb Olsen. He'll shoot a 3-point shot. That's good for Caleb Olsen. His second 3-pointer of the game. And then a quick timeout here from the Tornadoes. Rodney Kramer wanting to talk it over with his team. 44-32 on Your Mobility Plus Rehabilitation Scoreboard. We'll step aside on YourLiveEvent.com. Welcome back into Lisbon, North Dakota. Timeout taken by Rodney Kramer. And he was kind of leaning into his team after that one. I don't think he was happy with the fact that Caleb Olsen was left open from the 3-point line. Olsen now up to 12 points in the ballgame, so 3 now Broncos in double digits. And I think he's also just trying to wake his team up a little bit because, as I've touched on a couple times here, the Tornadoes average 73 points per game, and they're sitting at 32, so not quite on pace, but around that. But I think he's a little more upset with the 44 points so far scored by the Broncos. Broncos well on pace to break their scoring average of 53.9. As Biesterfeld now with it gets it to Meal. He turns the corner, tries to pass it to his teammate, but it's nice hands there from Rodney Olson to get the tip and the steal. Garrett Meal trying to get it into the corner there, but a nice tip from Rodney Olson in there. Robert Adam, he goes up quick, and a nice 2 points there from Robert Adam. Just a terrific game being played by the two big men for the Broncos. Robert Adam and Caleb Olson. That shot no good. Going up is Steele Hansen, a nice rebound, and gets 2 points as a reward as well. 6 points in the quarter for Steele Hansen. He's up to 15 total in the ballgame. So 12 points now the lead. And then a tip ball by Garrett Meal goes out of bounds. Broncos will maintain possession. Ethan German checking into the game for Biesterfeld, number 51. So Parker Runk will inbound as we see a little 1-2-2 zone pressure defense there, full court from the Oaks Tornadoes. But breaking it rather easily was the Broncos there. Trying to look into Robert Adam, get it to him. Nice pump fake, goes up and gets that one to go. Robert Adam having himself a heck of a game. He's now up to 21 here in the ball game. Garrett Mueller drives through a couple of defenders, goes up for the layup, leaves it short, but a foul called as he'll go to line 4-2. That foul going against Caleb Olson, his second. So Garrett Mueller in his first trip to the free throw line was 2 for 2. Looking to get that success as well in this trip. That free throw rims in and out and back in. So 3 of 3 from the line now for Garrett Mueller, 66.7% from the free throw line. Second free throw up, and that one rims out. So 3 of 4 on the game for Garrett Meal from the free throw line. He's up to 7 points here in the ballgame. Ronnie Olson gets it to Caleb Olson. Spins, nothing there. Robert Adams shoots and gets that one to go once again. Robert Adam just lighting up the scoreboard, having himself a heck of a ballgame. Steele Hansen driving in, somehow gets that one to rim in, having himself a nice little quarter as well. He's up to 8 here in this quarter. Sweet smartly throwing it off the leg of the Tornado, so it'll stay with the Broncos here. Schmitz checking into the ball game, number 15 for Heim. So Broncos still with possession. Ronnie Olson getting the inbound pass from Runk, as Runk will now try to bring it up. Tornadoes trying to get a trap there as they cross half court, but not getting it there. And then a nice steal there from Garrett Meal as Parker Runk throws the ball above his head, and then Meal smartly getting it away. And then ball is going to be tipped, try to get a little skip pass into Steele Hansen did Meal, but off of Bronco defender there and out of bounds, but we'll stay with them. The Tornadoes, that is. And then the ball is going to go out of bounds off of German. Meal trying to get it into him quickly for a good layup look, but just couldn't get it to him in time as the Broncos take over possession. Sweet driving sideline gets to midcourt, which is a spot you want in that pressure defense. 3-point shot from Runk, no good. Olson nearly gets a rebound. Good hustle from both Hansen and Olson, and then you hear the Lisbon crowd get into it. Not a full house, but they're making themselves known as Coach Kim Mark will take a timeout, and we'll step aside on yourliveevent.com.
Since Nodak Insurance Company started, we've gone from paying by mail to paying online. Your proof of insurance is found in an app. And as farming technologies advance, our coverage protects. The way we live and work has changed, but our service and commitment remains. We're evolving to meet your insurance needs with answers where and when you need them most. Nodak Insurance Company.
Your Nodak Insurance rep in Lisbon is Lee Falk.
The unknown consumes so much of our lives. That's why Concordia College in Moorhead, Minnesota is committed to providing clarity. We recognize that comparing colleges, especially the price, can be confusing. Concordia has always been a place where students of all economic backgrounds find success. And for next fall, we are reducing tuition by more than $15,000 so that any student who can imagine themselves at Concordia can be a Cobber. Now's the time to take a look at Concordia College, Moorhead, Minnesota. ConcordiaNow.com. 3-point
shot from Rodney Olson, rimmed in and out for the Broncos. little bit of a zone defense being played there from the Tornadoes, and a nice move there from Steele Hansen, continuing his great quarter here. He's up now to 10 points just in the quarter, 19 points on the game. He's kind of been the whole offense so far here for the Tornadoes, especially here in quarter number 3. That shot no good. Rebounded by Hansen, gets it up to Meal quickly. German was down there, but Meal not getting it to him. Turning the corner, trying to go up. Looked like he walked, but gets away with it. And a foul is going to be called. And over the back call, it looks like that one going against German. That'll be his first. The Broncos will take over possession, hosting that 11-point lead, looking to grow it a little bit more here. Looks like a 1-3-1 zone is what the Oaks Tornadoes are in. A very aggressive zone defense. Played on that last possession. And once again, looking like they're being very aggressive, trying to get into passing lanes once again here. Skip pass over to Sweet. A deep 2 from him. No good. Ball's tipped up. Rebounded by Hansen. So 2-second difference between shot and game clock. Euro step from Hansen. Almost gets that one to go too. As 2 Broncos tip that one out of bounds. So it'll stay with the Tornadoes. So ball hit the rim. So shot clock now turned off as there's only 29.8 seconds here to go in quarter number 3. Mule inbound, gets it into Schmitz, goes up and fouled. He'll go to the line for 2. David Schmitz with an opportunity to get his first points of the ball game. That foul going against Rodney Olson, his third. So a little bit of foul trouble there for Rodney Olson, his third foul. As Schmitz will shoot his first free throw. That one no good. He shoots 50% on the season. So Spencer Kelson checking in for Robert Adam, probably going to be giving him a little break here before that end of the quarter. Second free throw for Schmitz, also no good. Parker Runk gets the rebound, so 23 seconds, shot clock turned off. The Broncos likely will hold on for the last possession of the quarter. Rodney Olson with it, gets it to Sweet. Runk now on the wing / corner. Olson top of the key, he shoots a 3, he's feeling it, gets that one to go as well. Caleb Olson, his third three-pointer of the night. Three-pointers are falling for the Broncos. 2 seconds, German a three-pointer. That one misses everything too strong. So 53-39, the Bronco faithful showing up here and cheering loud. 53-39 for the Broncos Mobility Plus Rehabilitation Scoreboard. You're watching YourLiveEvent.com.
Wallach Johnson Insurance has a team of experienced professionals who are highly knowledgeable and ready to answer your questions about finding the best insurance coverage for you. As an independent insurance agency, they have access to many highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Get your free quote started today with Wallach Johnson Insurance at nd-insurer.com. Call or text 888-683-5253 or stop by one of their offices in Lisbon, Rutland, and Gwinnett. Wallach Johnson Insurance, insuring the area since 1981.
I'm starting off on some smaller projects to get me worked up to some of the bigger things built around here.
The atmosphere in the shop is very, very team-based, which is great.
It's really cool to see the beginning and end product.
So it's very satisfying to build something that you know people are really going to appreciate.
Back to action here. Steele Hansen's shot was left a little short. Olsen come away with the rebound and then poked away by Meal, but tracking it down was Rodney Olson. Good defense being played by Meal. As Parker Runk gets it to Robert Adam in the corner. Back to Adam in the corner. A little bit of a game of catch there between Runk and Adam. Spin move from Olsen, rather. And a foul on the shot. I believe that'll go against Biesterfeld. Or excuse me, it'll go against Schmidt. That'll be his second. So Caleb Olson will go to the line once again. He's sitting at 15 points on the ballgame, 0 for 3 from the line so far here in this one. This free throw also no good. Shoots 54% from the line, so a little bit of a bad performance from the line for him in this one, but overall a good game for him. As I said, 15 points. Is it 3 3-pointers? That free throw good for him, so 16 points now for Olson. Robert Adam is sitting at 23. So a heck of a game for Robert Adam, 11 in that first quarter, and only adding on to it since then. Schmidt a rebound. Gets it in over to Biesterfeld, then out to Heim. That three-point shot, a line drive, no good. Rebounded by Runk. Now Olsen getting in transition, sees a couple of defenders as the Tornadoes swarm on him. And then a timeout being called by Kim Mark. We'll step aside here on yourliveevent.com.
Welcome to the Lisbon Clinic of Mobility Plus Rehab, where your mobility is our top priority.
We can provide occupational therapy here locally in your hometown and help you recover from a work injury or a neurological deficit.
Here at Mobility Plus, we customize every evaluation, treatment, and goals for each individual. Every goal is different, whether in sports, walking, or returning to work.
At Mobility Plus Rehab, we are a part of the community. The people in the community are the people that we serve.
Back to Lisbon, North Dakota. So I said in the pregame it'd be a matchup of big men, and it's kind of been the reason as to why the Broncos hold that 15-point lead right now. Caleb Olsen versus Ashton Biesterfeld. 5 points for Biesterfeld and 16 for Caleb Olsen. And then the big man not always expected to come out with such a great game as he had tonight. Robert Adam having 23, only averages 11.6 on the season. So a pleasant surprise there for the Broncos, and not something that the Tornadoes probably fully game planned was the breakout from Robert Adam, knowing that he can score in bunches. He had another game, I believe that was against Maple Valley, where he had a bunch of points in that first quarter. So he's known for doing that actually a couple times here in the season, but nothing that the Tornadoes probably expected. As Garrett Meal gets fouled, he'll go to the line for 2. So fourth quarter and a 15-point lead for the Broncos, and they are sitting now at about their season average, 53.9 points per game. They're at 54, so just barely above that, but as close as you can possibly get. And that's only after 3 quarters. So a heck of an offensive game here for the Broncos, as Meal goes 1 for 2 from the line, missing the first, making the second. He's now up to 8 points here in this one. Normally averages 18.2 points per game, so a little bit of an off game here for Garrett Meal, just really the Tornadoes in general, other than Steele Hansen. He has 19 on the game. Olsen thought about a 3, but shoots a mid-range shot now instead. Almost gets that one to go. Rebounded by Hansen once again. Hansen kind of left alone, looking like he was going to spot up, but Schmidt will spot up for a 3. That one's no good. Rebounded by Hansen. He'll shoot mid-range. That one almost wedges in the corner there. And then rebound by Biesterfeld for 2. So trimmed back down to 12 now, as the Broncos look to bring it higher. As Meal, a nice strip, and then a wide open fast break lane, and he slams it home. Garrett Meal rises up and gets that one down. And that might be a little bit of a spark that the Tornadoes need. Trims it back down to 10 points. A nice dunk there from Garrett Meal on the fast break opportunity. Robert Adam, he's made that shot all night, but leaves it a little too long, as maybe the tides are turning a little bit here for the Tornadoes. Steele Hansen, a 3-point shot. Almost gets that one to go. I feel like if that would have went, the whole bench would have went crazy after that. There's a foul is going to be called against a Tornado. That one going against Heim, his first. So the Broncos will take over possession. Didn't even think Garrett Meal was going to rise up for that. Looked like he was just going to do a nice little layup, then just kind of exploded off the ground for the nice one-handed slam. Robert Adam gets it now to Caden Sweet on the wing. Olsen in the corner, shoots a 3-point shot. That's good. Rodney Olsen, he's up to 8 points. Only averages 4.2 points per game, but 2 3-pointers for him in this one, and a well-needed 3-pointer. And then a jump ball, so good defense being played there from Caden Sweet, as the Broncos will take over possession. Schmidt's checking into the ball game for Heim. So just as I thought, maybe the Tornadoes took over momentum after that Meal dunk. A 3-point shot from Rodney Olsen, and then a great defensive possession there from Sweet, getting the jump ball to take over possession. Turns the tides right back for them. And then a steal there from Steele Hansen. As a nice pass, no look pass to Biesterfeld. He goes up and gets that one to go. A little fadeaway shot from Biesterfeld. as the lead now shrinks to 11. So the Tornadoes coming to life here a little bit more in this one. In the corner is Rodney Olson, then mishandles the pass, and that goes out of bounds. So the Broncos need to wake up a little bit here after allowing the Tornadoes to come back a little bit, get a little bit momentum back, and then there's a nice defensive possession there from Runk. Biesterfeld didn't see him coming, a nice steal there from Parker Runk. Gets it now to Robert Adam. He looks to drive, shoots mid-range, leaves that one a little short though. As Garrett Meal skies for the rebound. Now he pushes in transition, tries to get through to defenders, gets through him, and a nice little hook layup, good for Garrett Meal. So now down to single digits. Can the Oaks Tornadoes make this comeback into a reality here? 57-48 on the Mobility Plus Rehabilitation scoreboard. Ronnie Olson gets it to Parker Runk. Now Robert Adams shoots a deep two. That one rims in and out, no good. As Steele Hansen a little behind the back, fancy dribbling there. Splits a couple defenders, Euro step, makes the defender fall. Oh my goodness, Steele Hansen, what a play! As the Oaks Tornadoes have brought themselves within 7, momentum all the way in favor of the Tornadoes right now. 57-50 on your Mobility Plus Rehabilitation scoreboard. We'll step aside. You're watching YourLiveEvent.com.
Riverside Building Center in Lisbon, North Dakota is Southeastern North Dakota's premier building supply headquarters. They have it all from the basic home improvements to complete pre-built homes. Their staff is knowledgeable in every product they sell and have over 110 combined years of experience. With their large inventory to sell from and a fleet of 6 delivery vehicles, Riverside Building Center in Lisbon can bring the products to your job site. From a hammer all the way to a home, they have you covered. Visit rbclisbon.com today. Riverside Building Center in Lisbon.
Welcome back into Lisbon, North Dakota. So just a big spark here for the Oaks Tornadoes, just kind of dominating this fourth quarter. They kind of looked out of it. Not sure what was said in that huddle between quarters 3 and 4, but just 3:25 here to go. And this is very much a ball game. It was a 15-point lead at one point, a 14-point lead going into that fourth quarter, but now trimmed down in half to 7. Meal with a dunk started the spark, and then a couple of steals and nice plays both by Steele Hansen and Biesterfeld on the offensive end. Ronnie Olson barely gets that skip past the Parker Runk. He drives in, rejected! Big time from Biesterfeld. A big block from the big man. And the Tornadoes still with all sorts of momentum. I thought that was going to be a good look from Parker Runk, but a big time block from Biesterfeld. And then tipped away from Garrett Meal as he comes away with it. Nice hustle play there from Schmitz. And then a foul goes up with a layup. I don't know if we're going to call that on the ground or shooting 2. But a foul on Sweet. He will go to line for 2. They're also in the bonus, but it will be 2 shots for Garrett Meal. So what a fourth quarter here from the Tornadoes. Makes that first free throw, does Garrett Meal. Have really shut down the Broncos. Only 4 points so far in the quarter for Lisbon. And just all sorts of points here for Oaks Tornadoes. Getting their way back in the ballgame. A 6-point game. 1 of 2 from the line for Garrett Meal there on that trip. Parker Runk thought he was going to shoot that 3-pointer. Caleb Wilson drives, and then a blocking foul on the ground will be called, I believe, against Steele Hansen. It is against Steele Hansen. That'll be his first of the ball game. And the next foul for the Oaks Tornadoes will send the Broncos to the line for a 1-and-1. They're sitting at 6. Kaden Sweet with it, looking in, sees nothing. Dribbles out, gets it to Rodney Olson. Parker Runk left open. He'll shoot a 3-pointer. Big time 3-point shot from Parker Runk. A much needed bucket there from the Broncos to bring the lead back to 9. We're struggling scoring and finally get something to go. Steele Hansen, nice shot from him. Answering right back with 2 points for the Oaks Tornadoes. Back down to 7 points, reaching the 2-minute mark. So this lead might be a little too much possibly for the Tornadoes to get back into this one. As the Broncos, a big 3-point shot there from Runk on their last possession. Near steal, Runk thought about a 3-pointer there on that one. Gets to Adam, a nice pass. and it gets that one to go. Robert Adam back in the scorers column here once again in the fourth quarter, up to 25 points here in this one. Back in fourth we go. Garrett Meal three-point shot. Almost gets that one to go. And then a nice rebound there from Parker Runk. Stole that one away from Steele Hansen, basically. And then a charge. Way to set up for that one, Garrett Meal. His second charge of the game. Probably going to feel that one from the big body of Robert Adam. But he's not feeling it right now as he was fully ready for that. Coach Kim Mark not happy with that one. He's basically halfway out there. Didn't think that that Robert Adam had possession of it, so it shouldn't have been a charge call. But taking a lot of contact was Garrett Meal and being rewarded for it. Garrett Meal left open for the three-point line. Too short, though. Gets his rebound. Fancy pass, but no good on the connection there from Biesterfeld. And then a foul will be called against the Tornadoes. That one going against Steele Hansen, his second. So free throws up and coming here. Not sure who the free throw shooter will be. Looks like it'll be Caden Sweet. Potential for his first points of the ball game. It'll be a 1-and-1 opportunity, though. He needs to make this one to get his second shot. He shoots 56% from the free throw line. That free throw up and good. So big free throw coming down the stretch here. He'll get a second free throw as a timeout from Coach Kramer. We'll step aside here on yourliveevent.com.
Sense of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 43,000 participants here in North Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
So second free throw up and coming here for Caden Sweet. That one also good, so way to clutch up there. Caden Sweet brings the lead back to 11, was within 6 at one point. Three-point shot from Schmidt, no good. Rebounded by Caleb Olson. As you have to imagine, we'll see a following game coming up here from the Tornadoes. Trying to get some steals. Almost get it, now they get it. Schmidt thought about a three-pointer, now he shoots it. Left short, rebounded by Meal. On the floor now, we're going to get a jump ball called. Garrett Meal thought he was fouled, but jump ball, it'll still stay with the Tornadoes, though. So it looks like Tornadoes are going for that three-point shot. Biesterfeld will shoot a three-pointer. That one's good from the big man. So this game's not over, folks. Just under a minute, 51.8 seconds here to go. We'll stay here as it's a 30-second timeout. So it looked like the Tornadoes were going to find their way back into it. Brought it within 6. And that big three-point shot from Parker Runk grew it up to 9. And now it sits at 8 after the three-point shot from Biesterfeld. So as I said, 51.8 seconds left. There's still plenty of time for the Tornadoes to get back into this one. Have to play strong defensively. Maybe they'll choose to foul right away, as they could, the Broncos rather, could waste 35 seconds into the game clock here, or they might choose to foul right away, get that fouling game going, as the Broncos do struggle from the free throw line as a team, only shoot 54% from the charity stripe. Their starters, however, all shoot above 50%. Not a ton above. Looks like following game, or maybe we're going to try to get sealed up. Following game will begin here with 48 seconds left in the game. So Caden Sweet will go to the line. Schmidt getting the foul, I believe. That'll be his third. So Caden Sweet, 2 for 2 from the line last time. It's still a 1-and-1 situation. So checking in and out was Trey Skoglund, as Biesterfeld would check back in for him. A little bit of offense for defense there. As Sweet's first free throw on the 1-on-1, no good. So a big missed free throw there for the Broncos as they need a three-pointer. Meal lines up the three-pointer. That's good! Garrett Meal, this ball game definitely is not over, folks. A big three-point shot from Garrett Meal trims it down to 5. Another timeout. This time we'll step aside on yourliveevent.com.
Since Nodak Insurance Company started, we've gone from paying by mail to paying online. Your proof of insurance is found in an app. And as farming technologies advance, our coverage protects. The way we live and work has changed, but our service and commitment remains. We're evolving to meet your insurance needs with answers where and when you need them most. Nodak Insurance Company.
Your Nodak Insurance rep in Lisbon is Lee Falk.
You tuned out after the third quarter. You were watching a great fourth quarter and a great comeback from the Tornadoes. They are not giving up on this one. Bring it back down to 5. It was a 15-point lead at one point. Nice pass to get away from it, waste some more time. And then there comes the foul. Robert Adam will be going to the line. Not sure what the discussion was there on that. But a foul and a one-on-one opportunity will be coming. Trey Skoglund getting the foul, his first. Biesterfeld will check back in for him. So now all Broncos except for Robert Adam will back up and play defense. So Robert Adam, his first free throw of the night. One-on-one opportunity. That free throw good. Big free throw there. You hear the Broncos cheering on that one. Robert Adam shoots 56% from the line, so a big make for him there. Brings the lead up to 6. So we're ordered with that second free throw now. Broncos all back by half court. That free throw also good. So clutch free throws there from Robert Adam as Garrett Mueller pushes in transition. He drives, goes up for the layup, no good. Rebounded by Parker Runk. And then a foul there. That one going against Schmidt. That's his 4th. They needed those 2 points there from Garrett Meal. A big miss there as now Parker Runk will go to the line there now in the double bonus, so he will get 2 shots automatically. So Parker Runk hit that big three-pointer to bring it back to 9. And now some free throws coming up for him. Big free throw. Gets that lead back now to 8. Shoots 61% from the line, the best free throw shooter on the team. That free throw also good. So back-to-back clutch performances from the free throw line from Robert Adam and Parker Runk. Mule tries to get up a three-point shot, gets it up now, misses everything, rebounded by Robert Adam. As now they might just let the clock wind out. A little bit too big of a lead. Gets it up to Rodney Olson, and that'll just rim out. Then a steal from Robert Adam. 8 seconds here to go. Then Garrett Mule comes away with it. Goes up for the three-pointer. No good. And the Lisbon Broncos will take this one. What a fourth quarter there to almost come back from the Tornadoes. And the Bronco faithful cheering on their Lisbon Broncos after a tough ball game there. Lisbon Broncos taking this one 68-59 on your Mobility Plus Rehabilitation Scoreboard. We'll come back with some numbers and recap of the game on yourliveevent.com.
The unknown consumes so much of our lives. That's why Concordia College in Moorhead, Minnesota is committed to providing clarity. We recognize that comparing colleges, especially the price, can be confusing. Concordia has always been a place where students of all economic backgrounds find success. And for next fall, we are reducing tuition by more than $15,000 so that any student who can imagine themselves at Concordia can be a Cobber. Now's the time to take a look at Concordia College, Moorhead, Minnesota. ConcordiaNow.com.
Wallach Johnson Insurance has a team of experienced professionals who are highly knowledgeable and ready to answer your questions about finding the best insurance coverage for you. As an independent insurance agency, they have access to many highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Get your free quote started today with Wallach Johnson Insurance at nd-insurer.com. Call or text 888-683-5253 or stop by one of their offices in Lisbon, Rutland, and Gwinner. Wallach Johnson Insurance, insuring the area since 1981.
I'm starting off on some smaller projects to get me worked up to some of the bigger things built around here.
The atmosphere in the shop is very, very team-based, which is great.
It's really cool to see the beginning and end product.
So it's very satisfying to build something that you know people are really going to appreciate.
Welcome to the Lisbon Clinic of Mobility Plus Rehab, where your mobility is our top priority.
We can provide occupational therapy here locally in your hometown and help you recover from a work injury or a neurological deficit.
Here at Mobility Plus, we customize every evaluation, treatment, and goals for each individual. Every goal is different, whether in sports, walking, or returning to work.
At Mobility Plus Rehab, we are a part of the community. The people in the community are the people that we serve.
Riverside Building Center in Lisbon, North Dakota is Southeastern North Dakota's premier building supply headquarters. They have it all from the basic home improvements to complete pre-built homes. Their staff is knowledgeable in every product they sell and have over 110 combined years of experience. With their large inventory to sell from and a fleet of 6 delivery vehicles, Riverside Building Center in Lisbon can bring the products to your job site. From a hammer all the way to a home, they have you covered. Visit rbclisbon.com today. Riverside Building Center in Lisbon.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 43,000 participants here in North Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Since Nodak Insurance Company started, we've gone from paying by mail to paying online. Your proof of insurance is found in an app. And as farming technologies advance, our coverage protects. The way we live and work has changed, but our service and commitment remains. We're evolving to meet your insurance needs with answers where and when you need them most. Nodak Insurance Company.
Your Nodak Insurance rep in Lisbon is Lee Falk.
Welcome back to Lisbon, North Dakota. One last time, 68 to 59 on your Mobility Plus Rehabilitation scoreboard was the final, and what a great final quarter that was. The Tornadoes tried to make a comeback, were within 5 at one point, outscored the Broncos 20 to 15 in that quarter, but most of those points coming from the free throw line at the end of that fourth quarter from the Broncos. So just really the Tornadoes did not give up on that one. They looked like they were out of it through all 3 of those quarters. Just the Broncos just adding to that lead slowly and surely. We're up to 14 points. I think their biggest lead was 15 points in the ball game, but after 3, it was a 14-point lead. But the Tornadoes did not go away. They came out strong there in that fourth quarter for a while. I believe past that half-point mark, the Broncos had only scored 4 points, and the Tornadoes had got it within 6, and then it grew back up to 12 after a Parker Runk three-pointer, and then a couple other points from Robert Adam, and I believe a free throw as well from Caden Sweet grew that lead up to 12 again, and then right back again came the Tornadoes. They brought it within 5. They had a chance, and then free throws were made down the stretch by both Parker Runk and Robert Adam. Went 2 for 2 on their trips for the free throw line to bring that back up to 9, and that's where it ended up sitting because Garrett Meal couldn't get his layup to go, and Dalton Schmidt missed 2 3-pointers there at the end, so just couldn't trim back into that lead after it grew back up once again to 9. But just a tremendous effort there from the Tornadoes down the stretch, but a really great first 3 quarters, and then way to clutch up at the end by the Broncos there. As we'll run through some numbers, Robert Adam leading the way for all scorers. Once again, had that tremendous first quarter, 11 points in that quarter. Finished with 27 on the ball game. Hit 3 3-pointers and went 2 for 2 from the line down the stretch there. Clutch free throws from him. And then next would be Caleb Olson. He also hit 3 3-pointers, finished with 16 on the ball game. And then Parker Runk had that clutch 3-pointer and those clutch free throws as well in that fourth quarter. He finished with 15 points, hit 2 3-pointers in the ball game. And then a little bit of a surprise as well, along with Robert Adam, Ronnie Olson doubling his scoring average from 4 to 8 for this one. Hit 2 3-pointers in the ball game. He also hit a big 3-pointer there in the fourth quarter when they needed it most. I think they were held scoreless or held field goal-less at that point until he hit that 3-pointer, which was a big 3-pointer to get them going there in the fourth quarter. In that second half, the Broncos shot 7 of 9 from the free throw line for a total of 8 of 13 on the game, and they hit 5 3-pointers once again in that second half. So 5 in the first, 5 in the second for a total of 10 in the ball game. As for the Oaks Tornadoes, their leading scorer was Steele Hansen, had 10 points in that third quarter, had a total of 23 though in the ball game. And then Garrett Meal had a tremendous fourth quarter there, ended up with 16 points in the ball game, had 9 of those in the fourth quarter. Then Ashton Biesterfeld had 12, and then Dalton Schmidt rounded up the scoring with 8. The Oaks Tornadoes went 4 of 10 from the free throw line for a total of 6 of 12, so exactly 50% for them from the free throw line. And then they hit 2 3-pointers for a total of 5 on the game. So like I said, what a fourth quarter we witnessed there. A lot of great plays from both teams, really clutch shots from both the Broncos and the Tornadoes, and just a lot of there's a nice little Euro step by Steele Hansen and a nice dunk from Garrett Meal kind of sparked the little run that the Tornadoes had to bring them back into this one. But the Tornadoes will now fall to 12-5 on the season, and this was not a region game, so it doesn't affect their region ranking. They have 2 more games left in the season. Their next game will be against Linton HMB. That is a region matchup there in Region 6. So a Region 3 matchup, a district. They're in District 6. Oaks is in District 5, so not a district matchup, but a Region 3 matchup for them. And their last game will be against Kindred, a Region 1 opponent that the Broncos lost only by 5 earlier in the season. So both good opponents coming up for the Oaks Tornadoes, and we'll be looking to rebound after this one. As for the Lisbon Broncos, they improved now to above 500. They're now 9-8, and once again, not a region matchup, so they'll stay at 5-5 in Region 1. And their next 3 games will be against Windermere, Lidgerwood, Hankinson, and Tri-State, all Region 1 opponents. So a big stretch of games down the stretch for them. A very important stretch, I should say, as it is all Region 1 opponents. But playing against a team like Oaks and playing the way they did in this great fashion, being able to close out a game where they almost allowed a comeback, will definitely help them in these next couple games against their Region 1 opponents. So once again, the final score, 68-59, the Lisbon Broncos taking this one. As we will go away on this one, thank you for Kiara Timmerman for running the scoreboard. Thank you CC Suds and Spirits for sponsoring our halftime show. And thank you Mobility Plus Rehabilitation Scoreboard for also sponsoring our scoreboard. I'm Jacob Tenson signing off. Thank you for watching YourLiveEvent.com.